Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today's session is going to be a voiceover session because I forgot my SD card for the GoPro. And so I'm just pointing out the areas I'm going to polish and ceramic coat on my brother's 2021 Yamaha motorcycle here. Again, I forgot my light as well, so this is just the LED flashlight that he had on hand, just to show the defects in the paint. Nothing horrible, and the paint responded really well. So this paint was more on like the medium side of things, so I don't have to go too heavy with the correction. But you can see that's just minor defects in the black paint. The silver had really nothing on there. So I'm going to be using a Nasiol product, and I chose to use the Nasiol 505 fine cut compound paired with the Shimei EB210 and a Rupes yellow pad. So just a couple drops on here because my pad was already primed from doing another area, my test spot, and I wanted to showcase the product here. So I'm just kind of fumbling here with the tool here because I didn't have it on at the time. So we're going to just go ahead and fumble through this and power it on. So we'll shut off on its own if you're not using it. Just kind of keep that in mind if you're looking for the Shimei EB210. And once you turn it on, just go ahead and double tap the front trigger and it's good to go. And I'm using the lowest speed on the tool. This thing has plenty of power. I actually feel like it has more power than the Flex PXE80. The one thing about this setup here is the backing plate that comes with it. It's not a true 3-inch backing plate. It's more like a 2 to 2.5 inch pad, something like that. So I was having issues where the pad would, or actually the backing plate would back out on itself after some use. I had to keep retightening it on there. So I do need to get the proper 3-inch pad. So I think that's where the Flex PXE80 kind of beats this in terms of I don't have problems with the backing plate backing itself out. So again, I'll buy the proper size backing plate. But this thing has plenty of power, more power than the Flex PXE80. So again, just a few passes here and I'll show you the amount of defect removal that I achieved here. So I'm just going to go ahead and wipe this off. And the Nasiol 505 wipes off really easy. And it's going to leave a real nice finish as well. So just wipe it off. Again, wipes off real easy. And I did every single area I used 505 with the same pad on this here. So just kind of wipe this off. If you had a damp pad, to wipe off even easier. I should say a damp towel. So there you go. You can see the correction I achieved. I just have some deep rids. I showed my brother. He goes, that's perfect. So we're just going to go ahead and just proceed with this for the rest of the motorcycle here. And then we'll eventually get to the ceramic coating portion of it. So 505, excellent products thus far. Initial impressions just using it. And it leaves a real nice gloss, as you'll see towards the end of the video. So I'm just going to go ahead and proceed with the ceramic coating process. Again, I polished the tank with this as well. And like I said, all the painted pieces that are on this. All right, welcome back everyone. So now we're going to get to the coating application portion. We're going to use Nasiol ZR53. Now this comes in a nice package when you get the suedes, you get the block, of course you get the 50 ml bottle, you get 2 towels in there, and you get gloves in there as well. The one thing I do want to point out is there's a little stop plug in here. You're going to want to take that out and then put the actual dropper in there. So I think that's a nice feature of it. So you can actually put this back in and take the original dropper back out. So just shake the bottle. Then we're going to load the applicator here, which I overloaded at the time, but that's perfectly fine. The first time you reload your applicator, you are going to go kind of heavy because you're going to prime your cloth. So this little ring piece came off loose. So again, just add some product in here. And once your applicator is primed, you're going to need a whole lot less product on here. So I still have quite a bit of product left because the bike isn't very big. So we're just going to go ahead and put this on here, and we're going to coat the tank here. And honestly, I should have just used a coating saver applicator, but I just wanted to just use the suede and the block here just to kind of use it as an entire kit. Like if you got it and you purchased it, you know, this is what you're going to get. And I just used one suede block for the entire bike. Again, not a lot of paint on this thing. And I was trying to move the handlebars, but I was like, I just went ahead and just did small sections. And eventually, as we come here, I just took the suede off the block so that I can get into the tighter areas in here. And again, just enough to spread the product out onto the bike. Now you can actually use this on matte surfaces, but I coated the matte surfaces months ago with the Dr. Beasley's matte paint coating. Again, he doesn't really ride this bike that often, so it's lasting quite a long time on there. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of going over it. And the thing about the ZR53 is it's gonna have the sweating effect, and it happens really fast. So if you use Mo's Evo, it happens within 30 seconds. You can see it here. I'm showcasing the sweating effect that it does. So it's a nice visual indication of when it's ready to be wiped off. Here I applied it kind of thin on the top, but once it starts to beat on itself, just kind of wipe it off. So it's that sweating effect feature, which is a really nice feature. Other than the having just the rainbow, I actually prefer the sweating effect, but the rainbow is a nice feature as well. So again, just wipe off your initial towel, and it's a relatively easy wipe off. If you leave it on a little too long, it is going to be a little tacky on here, so you're going to have to probably come over that section one more time to kind of revise it, come back with your second towel. And once you come back with your second towel, you're going to be blown away by the slickness of this coating. I mean, it is very slick. It's one of the nice features of the coating. And this is the gray towel I'm using, is the one that was included in the kit. The red one was a Rag Company towel. I forget which one it is. I'll post a link down below. But yeah, it's very slick to the touch. I let my brother touch it afterwards, and he was just blown away by the slickness of the coating. And so again, just reload your applicator when you need more coating. And because I was working with one hand here, I'm kind of just overloaded the applicator, but that's okay. Even if you apply it, so if you apply it thick, you're actually going to see it have that sweating effect. If you apply it kind of thin, you're not going to really see that feature on it. So just apply it on there. And there we go. I think the only thing I forgot to mention is I use Meguiar's M122 as a surface prep prior to this. So again, just take the applicator off and then just get into the tighter areas here of the bike. So these pieces were added by him, the little comfort pieces there. So he added that piece there too on the tank, so it doesn't scratch the paint. And yeah, I just applied it to pretty much every painted surface. And I did apply it to the plastic trim on the bike as well. There was a couple areas of plastic trim. I just used this. And if I had my proper setup, my cart and everything, I wouldn't have to go walking back and forth. Again, take your first towel. Once you start to see it sweat, just go ahead and wipe it off. If you wait any longer, it is going to be a little harder to remove, and you're going to have to reactivate it with more product. So here we go, just the first initial wipe off. Yeah, this is one of the easiest coatings to work with. Again, if you've worked with like Gion Mo's or G-Tech and Crystal Light, you'll know what I mean by the sweating effect that it gives you. Again, just take your time when applying any coating here. I'm going to come back with a secondary towel and just wipe off any excess. And you wipe larger than what you're working with, so just in case you push some coating around to the adjacent panel. So just keep doing your thing. And I just grabbed that towel because I didn't want it to get blown off the bike, because it was getting a little windy at the time. But I mean, here you go, I'm just using one finger to push it around to show how slick this coating is. I mean, it is very slick. It's a real nice coating to work with. I paid $50 at AutoAlity when it was on sale. So again, I think it was worth the money. Here we go, just focusing and kind of just show you the gloss levels that you can achieve with a polish and a coating on here. So this one does give a real nice glossy type appearance. And again, I'll have a follow-up here just to showcase what the bike looks like once I'm done here. I just want to show you the application portion, which is very user-friendly. And again, just the slickness of the coating is just fantastic. So if you like slickness, this may be a coating for you. So be right back with the walk around. So here's the walk around of the bike. I coated every single painted surface, and I actually also coated the wheels. Wheels, just a panel wipe and a coating. And you can just see the gloss levels on the bike here in direct sun. It's a real nice bike here that my brother has. He picked it up in 2021. Has 700 miles on it. And you can just see the gloss levels achieved with the polish and the coating on here. So this was a project that I had lately. He's been wanting to have it ceramic coated for quite some time, and he's ready to start riding this thing. It just looks good, and the coating really brought out the color of the wheels. just enhance the look. So again, thanks for watching. I will catch you next one. So take care, everyone.